Let's crush it today, shall we, social fam? Let's do this. Good morning. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the video of the day. If it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. I'm NLK3 and I'm excited to share today's video of the day with you. As today I want to talk about consumerism, and I want to talk about how consumerism is something that drives this nation, that drives this world, that dictates the outcome of all of our financial futures depending on what we do when we go to school and go to college. Yesterday I was talking to Reds about the whole system and put some more lighting here, the whole system and what's going on in regards to the fact that we spend the first 12 years of our life going to school mandatory. We do not learn anything that we need to apply to our lives as far as a specialty. Like, we don't really learn like the financial system. We don't really learn, how to really manage our money. We don't really learn how to have the communication skills that we need to have throughout the life that we are going to embark in grade school. It doesn't really give us all the tools and things that we need. Reds was talking about how, anything after, middle school, I think she was saying, about 5th grade, you don't really need to go to, say, not middle school, it was like elementary school. So anything in middle school and high school, you don't really need to do those things. You don't really need to go to those schools. And if you think about it, think about consumerism and think about the system and how it's set up, right? You go to school for 12 years, and then after you're done with going to school for 12 years, what do you do after that? You spend another 4 years going to a college, or 5 to 8 years, depending if you want to be a doctor or if you want to be a psychologist, and depending on if you want to go for your, master's and things like that. So, or PhD, which, hey, bless everyone's heart that's gone through that process. That's awesome. Good for you. Kudos to you. And that's amazing accomplishment, right? At the end of the day, though, what does that do? It sidetracks you from the reality of consumerism and sidetracks you around the reality that you're putting yourself into debt. You're spending the first, say, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 years of your life, right? As soon as you start school, you're 23, 24, 25 at some cases, going to school. By that time, how much debt have you accumulated, right? Now you have all this debt that you have to pay off. So what happens when you go to college? You meet someone that you love, right? And then next you know, you meet someone that you love, you finish school, now you want to get married, then you get married, and then you have a kid. And what happens through that whole entire process? What happens? Additional financial responsibilities, which then turns into what? Into debt. And do they teach us how to, basically save for retirement, or do they teach us other ways to be able to invest into the stock market instead of, say, for instance, good old traditional 401k or good old traditional Social Security? No, they do not teach us any of those things. So we spend majority of our adolescence going to school, learning things that really don't pertain to what we really need to know to have massive success. I literally been spending the past 10 years of my life, now I'm 33, started at 23, building my business to learn the ins and outs of everything that if I would have just learned it in the grade school, I could have had more success quicker, right? But no, I had to go through financial hardship. I had to learn the hard way. I had to find mentors. I had to come up with a solution. I had to learn how to navigate through the waters of being a business owner to be where I'm at today. So what the heck, right? And then take it to the next level, right? What is consumerism doing to our nation, right? Holidays, birthdays, all these Hallmark holidays we have now. Valentine's coming up, the restaurant owners, everything hike the prices up. Super Bowl's coming up, big parties. They just want to sidetrack us and try sidetrack. And then you get so sidetracked from everything that's going on. And then we're getting to the point, and comment below if you think this is true, to the fact that we're tired. We're sick and freaking tired of getting up every morning, going to a job that we don't really like, not really being passionate for what we do, coming home tired, trying to have enough energy for our children to be there and support them and help them, and go through the cycle over and over and over again for what? To wait for the next vacation that you can't afford anyways, that you want to go and you want to do because you want to get a break, but you can't afford it? How does this help us? How does this help us as a nation? How does this help us live long and prosper? Why is it that it's so hard for us to have to break out of this situation? And then you have people out there like Grant Cardone, Dean Graziosi, Tony Robbins, putting things in perspective and trying to then reverse the engineering of what we went through and psychology-wise, what we've been trained to believe our whole freaking life. Think about it. All of these influencers are trying to do one thing only. Get us to see our higher consciousness. Get us to see our higher potential. Get us to see that we don't need to be subject to the system and we could do something different with our lives, right? Think about it. Think about it. And then you have the financial people out there, right? I got a friend of mine that's out there that basically does a lot of financial stuff, right? And he specializes in this whole process of teaching people how to move money and what to do in the whole nine. So just think about this whole process, and his name's Austin, by the way, and think about this whole process and think about all what's going on around us and think about how happy you are to go to your job every single day and how consumerism has affected not just you, but the complete nation. And now it's like we're at a place where the world is so jacked from the smog and the pollution and the fact that we're trying to do everything we can to sustain this lifestyle of consumer, get the next phone, get the next car, get the next this, get the next that. What about the old stuff? Where is it going? In our landfills? Some stuff's getting recycled? I mean, this is a bigger situation. This is the whole root problem of everything. Ozone, eco, what's going on, global warming. It's us consumering what we need to do to be happy. We've been trained to consume things to be happy, to spend money to be happy, instead of just having a higher consciousness to be happy as a whole, as a human species, as a whole, as a community, as a collective. We can come together and be happy and not need to wait for the next Super Bowl, not need to wait for the next holiday, not need to wait for the next vacation, not need to wait for the next bonus or your next check to buy those rims or to buy that phone or to buy that trip or to buy whatever you want to buy. Buying things is actually not reality. Money is not really reality. Reality is we can create whatever we want. And do we want to reset and say, bye-bye human race, see you later, good luck next time? Or do we want to fix this issue and problem and move forward? Like, follow, subscribe, comment below with your thoughts. I'll see you on the next one.